A very, very good morning to each one and namaste to all. The divine in me bows down to the divine in you. Feeling good to be back, feeling good to be connected with my soul family. Namaste. So, how many of you believe that we all are born with a life purpose? And this purpose of life is pre-decided with God. And on the platform, there is a huge plan. There is a bigger plan unfolding. And in that plan, we have chosen as per our capabilities, as per our own intentions, our desires. We choose to play that tiny role to make this world a better place to live. How many of you agree with me? You can do thumbs up or thumbs down for me to know that. Yeah, many of us are still to identify our life plan, and many, without realizing what was the purpose of life, still continue living. But this realization occurred to me few years back, not exactly to wanting to identify my purpose of life, but to know and to realize that no matter what you do, this is a contract between you and God. So if you listen to your divine voice within you, if you listen to your inner voice, if you listen to your own purpose and start taking steps towards it, life is beautiful. Everything starts falling into place. But if you choose to deviate from it unknowingly, unknowingly, majority time we deviate unknowingly. If knowingly, probably we are choosing another way of doing it. That point of time, the entire universe conspires against you and makes sure that you walk on your purpose of life. So for each one, if you feel that everything is not conducive, everything is not as per your desire, you're not being able to operate with the element of joy, then probably you're not working or walking on your purpose of life. So my journey started in the similar way. Being born in Indore as a third child to my amazing, amazing parents, I couldn't have asked for better parents than that. And few years later, I realized when I regressed that these are the set of parents who always remained with me, blessing me, holding my hand. They have been like what we call in India, Dev or Devis, who always and always there to protect you. So I have two elder siblings, and Madhya Pradesh is a place where Hindi is more of a dominating language. As a girl child, I was being put by the family pressure in a Hindi medium school. For some emergency reasons, we required to shift to Mumbai. And since from a Hindi medium school girl, they will not accept in the English medium school in fourth standard, I was being shifted to Gujarati medium school, and which I would not understand a single word of Gujarati being born in a Gujarati family, because we were never conversing in Gujarati at that time. So started learning. But the grace of the divine was it never ever felt that, oh, some injustice is being done to me. It always felt being in flow and always being in gratitude of what is happening to me and around me. So the biggest learning today when I look back, I feel the life has given is it doesn't depend on what life has offered you. What defines your life is how you look at your life at that point of time. Because my eldest siblings were in English medium school, my youngest sibling was in English medium. But it never felt, there was not even this much of dissatisfaction or a question that why me. And today, if I look back, I realize that God had a plan. Today, I can communicate very well and have a good command over all three languages. So whether I have to communicate in Hindi, Gujarati, English, I am absolutely fine. So for each one of us, it's not about what happened and whether we get stuck there, that why you didn't do it to me, why it happened to me. If we start, we are in flow and we trust that if things are happening in a particular way, probably there is a reason behind it. And when we get to know about the reason, is it important for me to identify why this is happening to me? Or I choose to move on. I, as a little girl, chose to move on because I was very happy with what is happening around me. We all were, by God's grace, toppers in the school, but the realization which came to me after many, many years when I became a mother was the pressure that we used to hold on to of coming first in the class. I never ever went to my school to collect my report card because it felt so much fear, so much pressure of performance. And the question always used to be, what if I will get second rank in the class? And getting second rank in the class is like you need to die. You cannot live anymore. Like, how can you get 1 mark lesser than the full marks capacity? And I think that race that we run in life, whether it is in school, getting so addicted to the trophies, awards, and what people describe you like, oh, she is a topper, oh, she is this. And I do remember one incident which I would like to share here with each one, that when I had changed my school and I was still struggling to understand Gujarati, I saw one of our captain had written a poem on the board. And the thought in my mind was, if she can write a poem in Gujarati, even I can write. Imagine a girl who doesn't know how to speak in that language is thinking that, oh, I want to start writing poems. And did I start? Yes, I did. I did start writing poems. I did start writing stories in all those languages, because how we say that what you think you create and your beliefs make you. And one of the strongest belief I had was always and always, if others can do it, even I can do it. God has given them also 2 ears, 2 eyes. Like it's the same. So there is no reason for me to tell myself that like, oh, they can do it because, and they have this reasons, and I cannot do it because of this reasons. Continuing with my journey, I got married at an early age of 20 to an absolutely wonderful family. And knowing that a family who believed a lot in giving back to the society. My mother-in-law was called Annapurna, whoever came in the house. In India, Annapurna is the female form of the goddess who will always feed whoever comes to their door. And the true form of it, I actually saw in her. My father-in-law is the one who worked towards always with the thought process of giving back to the society, having built hospitals, schools, and everything. And an amazing, amazing husband. So not only that, God had blessed me with an absolutely amazing and loving parents and siblings. But it again gave me another family which was very loving and very caring. And especially if today I have to give credit to where I am today, I would give a lot of credit to my husband and my children for that. Because in India, a housewife was supposed to be taking care of the house. But my husband had a different thought process, and it didn't matter to him whether what I am doing, he believed in that or not. He had very simple concept in life. If you believe into it, you want to do it, you do not require to be Jagat Mata. So again, the Jagat Mata is that I am the mother for the entire world. In simple word, it just simply meant that you don't need to please anyone, including me, including him. And he said, everything will be normal in the house. When I was the mother of 3 children, going to the school and thinking, how will I take out the time and what will I do? Because meanwhile, at that time, we separated from the joint family system. So you require to take care of your children. And he said, you don't worry about it. You continue with your journey. You don't worry about the money that you invest, whether I beg, borrow, or steal. It's my responsibility. I will make sure that you want to do. And even when I learned, there was always this one statement that he always told me, because I would be thinking after learning all these things that how will I afford a place? Because in Mumbai, having a place or a clinic turns out very expensive. And the amount that I used to charge that time was a very nominal amount. I worked in a charitable clinic for 1 year. And after that, I started, but I still remember he always said, there are 2 people, if we 2 are working, I'm working to run the house. You are not the bread earning member of the house. I will pay the rentals, but this is your passion. And I want at least one person, you are fortunate to be able to follow your passion, your dreams. I will be very happy. It will make me feel I am fulfilling my dreams. So please don't worry about anything and just go ahead. So this is my family background. Today, I am the mother of 5 children, my 2 daughters, my 2 amazing son-in-laws, my son, and I am a grandmother of 2 amazing boys. Coming to my journey into healing, how it started. During this 20 years of marriage, for known, unknown reasons, my body started developing a lot of health issues. One of the major issue was migraine. I started taking medication for that, visited possibly all the best doctors in the town for it, and took medicine, did every possible thing, whether it's the right diet, whether it is the right kind of exercises, right this, everything. But it was always a temporary relief, and the problem went on increasing to the level that when I used to get the migraine attack, it used to feel so bad that I used to go in the dark room and I used to feel that even if you want to cut me, it's okay, but I can't take it. Gradually, it started showing and impacting into my other body parts and organs, and my intestines were stuck. We got the barium test done and showed the intestines are stuck. Any normal food that I'll consume, and suddenly, for example, I'm drinking some soup, which probably I'm drinking every day. So I know I'm not allergic to it. But one fine day, it will just happen. I'm laughing, I'm talking to someone, and I'm drinking that soup. And suddenly, there will be a 1,000 thorn sensation on my tongue, as if somebody has put so many of those thorns, and my entire neck used to feel choked up. And I used to feel as if I cannot speak. And after that, next 24 hours, no matter what we would do, we'll call the doctor, we will do that. I'm sitting on the table crying helplessly. And I couldn't forget the food, a single drop of water in my mouth. And so there were like series of physical problems which went on increasing, having absolutely no understanding of why these things are happening. And one of the time, like the solution at that time was always to go to another doctor, get another investigations done, take more medicines. Went on taking medicine, but to know that there were times where I would feel helpless to even help my children going to school, because I'm like, I do not know what I'm doing. One of the time, it happened to be for me to go out for a picnic with my son. It was all the doctors and one of his friend's mother, who was a doctor and an MD. I happened to ask her that I have been consuming this medicine for last this many years. Do you think I can do something else? And her first statement was, I am shocked. How is your kidney still functioning and how is your liver still functioning? Do you even know what sort of dosages you are consuming? And how much it would impact all the other organs in your body? And that day she said many more things, and that made me put into start thinking in a different direction. That what I understood is the best way to treat my ailment probably is not the best. Probably the doctors have given me the best possible treatment, but my body is unable, or my body is giving me a signal that this is not working. And whenever your body gives you a signal, you require to look or think out of the box. And then what was the out of the box thought process was, what else can heal this problem? And for the first time, I thought I'm required to look at this issue not only from the symptomatic relief or putting certain drugs into my body. There must be some reason why it happened, and there must be some reason how I can get out of it. And that started my journey into alternate medicine, alternate healing fields. That includes art of living, vipassana, rhythmic breathing, naturopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, and each one helped. But there was something within which was still calling for a strong calling, which was there. And that happened with some cyst in the body, which got diagnosed and which came. And that point of time, I heard about somebody doing past life regression, and the religious part of me wanted to know whether the past lives are real or that's merely our imagination. And just wanting to get the answer, I went to a hypnotherapist for a session. Did it help me at that point of time for my problem? No, it didn't. Because was there anything wrong with the therapist? No, nothing wrong with the therapist. But my thought process is a very logical thought process. So hypnosis works with your subconscious mind, and probably I rejected every message that reprogramming that was being done to me. But there was a part in me which was still curious, and I ended up asking, where did you learn it? And that was my first step into becoming today who I am. I started my journey learning hypnosis. And majority people think hypnosis has a very negative connotation or understanding. People think that you are in a trance state where you are not in your control. Clinical hypnosis is exactly the opposite of it, where you become more aware of everything which is happening and yet being in a very, very deep meditative state. It's a scientific tool to take you in a very deep trance state. So I started my journey and I started understanding subconscious mind. The technique of EFT, emotional freedom technique, was being introduced to us there. The theory of mind, the theory of suggestibility, how we communicate, how that creates a lot of problems. It felt absolutely an eye-opener. It was so amazing that forget about my problem. My thought process was, what was I doing till like for 40 years of my life? And this I should have learned much before, because this is the foundation of who I am. It reflects in every aspect of my life. Is I am just not my physical body. I am my mind, body, and soul. How can any resolution be only at a physical level, only at a mental level, or only at a soul level? The resolution in the life, whether it's in the relationship dynamics, whether it is at a physical problem, whether it's a financial stuff, like everything is connected. And somewhere the divine life plan that we have chosen, not realizing and understanding that we are given choices to pick up a choice. It can be the choice of going through ups and downs, or it can be a choice of going very smoothly in that journey. Because my soul came down only to finish the energy exchange, and my soul came down to be a better version and to evolve out of it. And there is no third reason for my soul. And my journey continued learning that in spite of me being the only student who never get into hypnosis, my teachers used to call me Musibat ka potla, which means the problem. She has number of problems. She asks thousands of questions. Whoever she pairs up with, she never get into a hypnotic state. So my co-students used to avoid working with me because they used to feel like a failure, because they will tell me, now your eyes will not open, and I will open my eyes and say, yeah, tell me what. And they are like, oh, but you are supposed to have your eyes shut. I said, yeah, but my eyes open up. And for some reason, I continued with my journey. Back to back classes, there was no looking back. My family was surprised at that time, and they actually thought that I have lost, I have gone mad. Some people in a distant family would say that she's going to learn some black magic. कुछ काला जादू करने के लिए सीखने जाती है. Some people said, what the hell do you think who you are? There are people who are so much evolved, who couldn't control their mind. Who the hell do you think that you can do that? Some thought that, have you lost the sense of that, this is supposed to be your time for your children, your husband, and you are going for the entire day classes? Something within me just pushed me. And remember, I was from a vernacular medium school. I didn't understand a single word my teacher is writing on the board. is when he's writing like that, we manifest this. And I'm like, what do you mean by manifestation? What does that mean? What does this mean? And in spite of that, I continued going ahead with past life regression class. I could take people in the past life, but did I go in a past life? No, I didn't. But from there, it changed a lot of thought process. The knowledge always expands your horizon. What it did was expanding my horizon. And it gave me tools. Now, what do I do with my expanded horizon when I don't have the tools to be able to change realities in my life? All these workshops helped me with the tools. And I started a routine in my life every day morning when I'll sit for my yoga and pranayam. I will start working on one issue of mine using the tools and the techniques that I had learned. It could be simple problem as today I've got headache, or it will be, why is it that if the curtain has changed in the house and it doesn't match the flooring, I get headache? Why is it that when the guest comes in the house, I have to prepare 80 items for them? Why is it that my house has to be clean? Why my children have to come first? Why this? Why that? Because I realized one thing, that probably migraine was not the problem. Probably intestine being stuck was not the problem. It was the need in me to be perfect at all the time was the problem. It was your expectations of people, how they will communicate with you, what they speak. It is their tone. That is a problem. It is your memories of first 8 years. And it doesn't matter whether those memories, what you perceive as positive or negative. What matters is how you took it at that point of time. No matter what you think now about it. But those memories program your entire life. And that's true for every human being on the earth. And we all require to re-look at the things. If we think that things are not in flow, accepting reality is fine. But wanting to change it is the game changer. And I wanted to change it. I wanted to see what I learned with whether that actually is a bookish knowledge or it exists in the reality. And that changed my life. So from that time, at the age of 40, when I started learning again, till now, I must have taken more than, I guess, 58 to 60 certificates. I've studied all over the world for it, never looked back. One of the major gift which came to me is obviously Theta Healing that I learned. I learned Theta Healing not even for myself. I learned it for one of my clients who was born with a very huge genetic disorder of not being able to produce cortisol in the body. And I used to treat the child with the proxy work, working on the mother for the child, analyzing this child's drawings, which will give me the state of his mental state. And the current B technique, balanced emotional empowerment technique, which I do, that guidance used to come in the meditation, and I randomly just started doing it. And during it started showing difference in the child. And one of the message which I could sense very clearly in my prayers before going to sleep, when I wake up, I do prayers. I do a lot of mantra chanting. I have been doing it from my early childhood. And one of the message was very clear that all your knowledge will come to a standstill. you need to learn Theta Healing, because only Theta Healing will help you to change the faulty genetic structure in the body. My logical mind didn't believe it, but my inner voice said, what is the harm in doing it? What if 1% also, if this is a truth? And India at that time was a very beginning stage. I already had learned it, Theta Healing, by then from an Australian lady, just to realize that it was not same as what Think Institute, Vayana Stable teaches. And I didn't want to take chance. I went to UK to learn my basic level. I did basic DNA too. I came back. I told the mother of that child that I did learn genetic work, but I think I have learned nothing in that class because I'm as confused and cluttered. And her faith and her belief into me, she's touching my feet and saying, I know what you will do will be fine, because whatever you have done till now has worked brilliantly. And the first genetic work we did with our manual open, and she is reading it and I'm visualizing it. And in a month's time, we witnessed the first miracle that can happen. This child's body started producing cortisone. And this story's miracles unfolding never stopped. The next case was 26-year-old girl of lymphoma Hodgkin's 4th-stage cancer coming from out of Mumbai for a session. The third was an autistic child, an OCD person who used to give himself injection every alternate day for thinking that the air will give me HIV. If I drink water will give me HIV. The furniture will give me HIV. And so whether it was arthritis, whether it was the number of cancer cases which came. So divine never gave me time to even look back. And there were only two things happening. Here I'm constantly working, witnessing miracles happening, not knowing what's changing there. But to know and realize one thing, there is definitely something which is working here. And at the same time, my journey of learning continued. And my journey of becoming the teacher for it was all thanks to all my clients, because I went on telling them that everyone should learn it. Everyone. If you ask who should learn it, like to me, everyone. You never question who should go to school, who should eat food, who should breathe. Because you think that's what keeps you alive, that's what makes you. Why don't you guys realize this is the foundation which makes you? Your soul needs to be fed with this. The only thing you will carry after your death is this knowledge, your changed beliefs. Neither your family, nor your money, nor your nothing is going to come with you. This is your investment into your soul, into your own selves. This learning will change not only for yourself, your current situation, but across time and space, lot of lives that you are creating for yourself. How do you not educate yourself with it and remain so ignorant about it? And they, for some reason, went on saying, Sangeeta, we will learn only when you will teach us. And that was again the first time I went for my teacher's training, not knowing whether I'm passionate about teaching or not. Where do I really want to teach it to them or not? And my journey of started sharing this knowledge with people started. And it was an amazing journey, because I realized that now it's not me. There are so many more people who will empower the world. And that's how we can imagine or dream of emotionally empowered world, a happier place of the world. And from that time, there is no looking back into life. And with the God's grace, my daughter joined me in this mission. Sarija has joined me in this mission, and that gave me a lot of strength. Even now, my son helps me. So there is, my family learned it themselves. Each one of my family members have sat as a student in the class, and they all have learned it, including my parents, including my husband, including all my 3 children, my son-in-law. Everyone learned it. And after that, life has simply been absolutely wonderful. I'm again want to remind people that, problems will not stop coming into your life. And honestly, when we look at it as problem, they are problems, but nothing is a problem in life. I use the term problem because that's what we human beings are connected to and we understand. But everything from our healer's perspective is an experience. For a soul, it's an experience. And any experience is here to teach me a lesson of life. So when I learn a lesson from it, my experience changes. What we as a layman think that that problem got over, or the problem is not anymore existing in my life. So the way in which we handle situation changes. And that is what remains the reality for us. Life has been never the same again. I never ever many times even remember some of the memories. It just feels like a rebirth to me post 40, and to realize and understand that getting into healing was 100% my purpose of life. I didn't listen to it for first 40 years to attract migraine, other problems that helped and assisted me to move in that direction, to learn and identify, and then change realities. There have been times going through the death doors, but this divine connection has, the divine, the creator has been rock solid, have always and always and always guided ways out through that. And being very, very grateful to the divine for this absolutely amazing opportunity that it has given me in this life. Showing lots of gratitude to those thousands of clients who came and helped me to witness and to believe in miracles, to believe in magic happening in the life. To those hundreds of students who have chosen to walk on this path, to each one of you who with commitment are here like a soul family, being the part of this wonderful journey. And there are many, many more stories, but some other time. This is my story from being a homemaker, from thinking, what can I do at the age of 40? What field can I fit into? Me and career, oh, doesn't exist. Can't happen. Me being able to talk to people, no. I can't even speak proper English. What can I talk to them? How can I go to a foreign land and study there? Oh, I am not a medical doctor. How will I treat this disease? Having those thousands of questions, and every time a new message coming in and teaching me. So with lots of gratitude to each one for this absolutely wonderful opportunity that divine has given me. Being blessed and being able to share this with millions. And thank you for being and listening patiently this story of mine. Thank you so much. On this note, I would even like to give a download to each one. And remember one thing, which I always share, that the day you will be able to speak about your problems to public without wanting to hold on to it, without wanting to hide it, without wanting to, what if somebody will know about it? And that problem of yours is an inspiration for others. The day you stop taking motivation from others and you become your own inspiration, that day you definitely have achieved something in life. So if today with confidence, if I can say, I'm from a vernacular medium school girl. I was a homemaker. I had this thousands of problems and I'm very happy about it, like not wanting to hide it. That day you definitely have moved one step ahead in life. So let's do a beautiful download first. Father, Mother, God, creator of all that is, it is commanded to allow each one present here and who listens to it afterwards to choose to walk on that purpose of life in complete alignment with the energy of their higher selves and being able to connect to their inner voice, being able to be the voice of the divine, being able to move beyond the limiting beliefs and release the karmic imbalances and changing realities across time and space through different lifetimes, through different existence in the parallel universe realities. To know that each one connect to the light within and to the light of the divine, to shine this light out and to share the joy with the self and with others. Each one do it at the level of their being ready for it without being harsh, without pushing each other. Understanding it through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. Into every cell of each one's body, every area of their life, at all the four level of the beliefs. Into every body part, organ, virus, bacteria, microorganism in the body. These feelings be instilled for each one and be unfold into the best possible way for each one. For the highest and best, and the highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Whoever would like to receive that gets these feelings in the language that they understand when they say yes for the same. Thank you. Passing unconditional love and light to each one. Tomorrow onwards, this entire week being the birthday week, we have invited people who have been from ordinary to extraordinary lives they've lived. What is their philosophy of life? What is their life story from the different field, who are legends in their field. So their stories have been very, very inspiring. Don't miss out. Log in to 5 minutes before from tomorrow onwards, and the session will be for 45 minutes because To take the time from these legends and get them on this platform itself is an honor. So make sure that you all attend. Any question for my story, if you have, I'm always there with you. Probably I can answer you anytime next week. All your questions will be answered if you have any questions for the answers. So tomorrow we have Madhu Natraj. We will send you little write-up about her. Don't miss out. An absolutely amazing journey of hers and living goddess that you can connect to. So do log in tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you with lots and lots of gratitude. Thank you.